Hey guys, Senior Thesis Bart here, back for another video, this time starting my new series and starting a new season of Once Upon a Time Was Up. And so this is season 5, episode 1, The Dark Swan. And I actually really enjoyed this episode. It's the first one in a long time that I've really truly enjoyed. So that's going a long way. Here's to hoping they can keep it up. Basically, the episode starts with Emma taking on the darkness that got taken out of Rumple and being transported into the Enchanted Forest. From there, the episode breaks down kind of the fallout of that and the lengths that people are going to go through to get there to save Emma. So, Emma's own story involves her wrestling with the darkness, which takes on the form of Rumpelstiltskin, which was a really nice touch. They toned down just a bit of his quirks, and so that's really nice. And you get to see how strong the temptation of the Dark One is. So it goes a long way of explaining Rumple's own characteristics and actually the struggle that Emma will probably have in the future. So that was really cool, really nice to see. Dark One Emma is gonna be an awesome villain. Let's just say that. And her salvation, Emma wants to get back to her loved ones, or at least find Merlin so he can solve this problem. And it's scary because her only hope is Merida, and she nearly goes through with killing Merida. It was really cool. I thought it was actually for a moment that they were going to, and I'd be like, "Oh, cool, one off cameo, let's go." But no, there'll be more down the line, so it'll be interesting to see. Past that, uh, back in Storybook, the person most determined to actually save Emma is Hook. And that was surprising because I honestly thought that it was going to be Snow White and Prince Charming going through all the dark deeds to save her. But it's Hook who regresses back to his darkness the fastest. And he's like, I will do whatever it takes, including bargaining with and breaking out Zelena to get my to get the women I love back. And Henry's funny to me because he's supposed to be a 13, 14, maybe 15-year-old kid. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to only be 13 or 14, but since his actor is like 16, his voice is a little low for his age. And when he's like, I'm not a kid anymore, you're like, you're right, you're not a kid anymore. Now stop acting like one. But overall, other than that, I really enjoyed the episode. There was some witty humor between Regina and Hook, and Zelena does make a presence. She's still crazy, but that was good. So I thought she actually had a presence to go on, and she might even have a better story arc this time. So when that was going on, I thought of Malcolm Merlin from Arrow, CW's Arrow, and kind of his story arc and progression. Where in season 1 he's the main villain. Spoiler alert, season 2 he comes back, in season 3 he has an actual arc. And so I thought that might have been with Regina's case, where in season 3 she's the main villain, or a main villain. Season 4 she's kind of there, and then now in season 5 again she'll have a new arc, and that'll be really cool to see. um Regina had some interesting choices to make this week. Again, she just automatically steps in the role of savior. She's like, well, someone's got to do it. Might as well be me. But still has that anger, or not anger, that fire in her. So it's nice to see they're not doling her down and making her nice and whatnot. She's still snappy, so that was cool. But it's interesting because the main plot point to reach Emma, they needed dark magic. But Regina is too good now to use that. She's used too much light magic. She's been redeemed too much. I thought that was an interesting twist. Again, I've actually, a couple weeks ago, watched up to the last third of season 2 of Once Upon a Time, rewatched it over the summer. And I didn't feel like Regina could have been redeemed then. So maybe going through and watching seasons 3 and 4 again will hopefully keep redeeming her in my mind, and I can see this process once again, so everyone can say she's redeemed. Um, Again, Zelena had a role. Snow White and Charming really didn't have a giant presence this episode, but that wasn't necessarily a bad thing either. They were just there. It was really funny because they actually ended up teleporting. I don't want to go too into spoilers, but they end up teleporting Granny's diner all the way to the Enchanted Forest, which was I thought was really funny and really awesome. And in the process, not the elves, the dwarves come along because they're like, or at least some of them do, because they're like, we're stuck of being on the sideline. We're sick of not going on adventures. We're sick of being on the sideline. Sorry, and we want to go with you. And so they all get up and go with her, and I thought that's great. They have like the original large cast back, but some parts of it still kind of. I wonder if everyone's really gonna get to shine. That's what I'm really, really worried about. But we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. Other than that, Henry got an arc. Oh, you do see Arthur in Camelot, which is nice. And there is a really cool twist involving Camelot, Excalibur, and the Dark One in and of itself. And I called part of it as like it was one of those things in my head, or I was talking about it with a friend. I'm like, hey, what if this happened? And so when it came on, I got super jazzed, super excited, like yelled down the room. And so once you see it, you'll get it, you'll love it, you'll be super excited for the season. So overall, I'd give this an 85 out of 100, 8.5 out of 10, solid B, almost a B plus in my mind, just because I'm excited to see where they're going, but I don't want to get too, I don't want them to be too hampered or them to regress back to where they've been for seasons, like half of season 3 and pretty much all of season 4. But we'll see. So, what did you think? Comment, like the video, share it, subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Wednesday for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Vixen. So, Senior Thesis Bart, signing off.